Yo, 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 can y'all hear me? Testing, testing. What up, Two Matador? What up, what up, what up? Can y'all hear me? All right, cool, cool, cool. What up, Mr. Paz? What up, Knockout? What's going on, big times? I just felt like going live, I guess. I don't know. I didn't fucking really have anything in particular to talk about. Just boxing and shit. So who you guys got on this weekend? Better Beaver, Joe Smith Jr. We got, we got. Cool, thanks. Knockout, thanks, Johnny. Ninth round, Better Beef. All right, Mr. Paz. Yeah, I'm going Better Beef myself. I don't know. I got a feeling Joe Smith Jr. You know, he's fucker can hit hard, man. Hits like a mule. Better Beef for knockout. What about you, Johnny? Who you got? Who you got, brother? I mean, I know we talked about this before, but what did you guys think of the fights last weekend, particularly Berlanga and Munguia? How'd y'all see that playing down? How'd y'all see that going down? Shit, I know. I don't think it's going 12 to be honest, Johnny. Shit, man, fucking it's gonna end in a knockout either way. You know, I'm fucking Better Beef. He's a monster, man. He's a beast. Underrated boxer and shit. You know, it's gonna be tough, man. Oh yeah. Oh really? So that's kind of like. Did you hear if that's already like kind of like by contract or it's just kind of rumors? What are you hearing, Mr. Pads? Because I heard something about Anthony Yard fight somebody next. Um, I know Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez looks like it might be happening. I remember seeing a video. I remember Zurdo doing a video right after the I think it was Boso fight that he was gonna fight him in. I think he said November. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be a great fight, man. I think so. Hey, what up, Chicano Prophet? What's going on, big time? Thanks for stopping by. I just talking shit. Nothing in particular. Yeah, Yard gets the winner of Bivol. Gets the winner. Bivol's in negotiations with Zurdo Hoko. And there it is. There it is. Shit, man. Who do you guys got there, man? Yard or Better Beef if they get down. I don't know. I like Yard, man. I like him a lot. I think he can fuck up Better Beef, to be honest. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Mr. Pat. Um, yeah, man. I like Yard, man. I mean, he should have beat fucking Kovalev, man. With fucking, I don't know if he gassed out or what. I don't know that fight when he got knocked up with a jab. It reminds me a lot of Jason Rosario when like fucking Mel like fucking like just like a little jab to the fucking body. And, remember that shit? Yeah, I am excited for Bam. So wrong beside Mr. Pads. I think it's a little too much for Bam at this moment, but I'm still gonna fucking root for Bam definitely. He's a good fighter, man. But damn, so wrong beside he's fucking tough, bro. I mean, we shall see. We shall see, man. I mean, if he beats so wrong beside fuck, bro. I just like fucking, you know, he's like we got a new dude on the block. Him versus Estrada would be good. I mean, but I mean, you can, if he ends up pulling, you know it, rep it, fucking Mexican boxing number one, bro. fucking always and forever, you know. That sounded corny, but anyways, yeah, man. Bam Sorung Visai. I mean, you can make Bam Chocolatito, Bam Estrada. I mean, shit, man. Sky's the limit for that dude. You know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. When's that? When's that fight? Not this. It's next weekend, huh? Yeah, I was gonna go to that fight, fellas, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I think I need to sell my ticket. I was looking at the books, man. Just spending too much money on boxing. So I gotta chill out a little bit. You know, but I'm going to the fucking Ryan fight with the homies, and I just went to the Zurdo fight. I mean, that's the Zurdo fight. What's his name? Jaime Munguia fight. So that'd be nice. That'd be nice. June 25th, right, Mr. Pads? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Homie White B, I know, is excited for that. For that fight, he's gonna be in the building. That's gonna be fun. Were they fighting in San Antonio or something like that? I don't remember. Yeah, man. So fuck, bro. So we got, let me see what other fucking fights we got up. Let me see. Let me pull it up here. Fucking have the sound on the YouTube one. Let me see. Oh, what up, Kush? What's going on, big time? Yeah, San Antonio. Nice, nice, nice. Somebody's in the building. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's my boy Rep It. What up, Rep?
What type of breakdown we're doing, bro? Salute to
Oh,
Ignacio.
man, I just literally just for shits and giggles for no reason.
Oh, yeah, so we're not doing a breakdown or anything like that on this shit.
I mean, whatever. I mean, like the chat asks for, or anything you
Yeah,
want to break down, Rep it. It's all good with me. Man, I'm just, I just fucking not doing
yeah.
anything. Waiting for my
People,
daughter to wake up, pretty much. Ignacio, what's going on, big time? Stuff like that.
Chicano Prophet, El Matador.
I was in the building, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
To
yeah, yeah.
Matador. You went to Guadalajara? If who's gonna be in Guadalajara? To Matador. Do you know who's gonna be in Guadalajara? Rep?
I have no idea, bro. And salute to Knockout Ned. I have no idea, bro. Who's gonna be over there? Is there a fight or something like over there? Or what?
I don't know. I don't know. It says you going to Guadalajara. I don't know. Maybe just talking about. Oh shit! What's going on, Gonzalo? What's going on, brother? ¿Cómo estamos, güey? Let me wrench you up real quick. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Canelo. He's talking about maybe Zurdo. I think Zurdo's gonna be Mazatlan though, because you remember that video I put down.
Yeah, yeah. That's his. That's the area where they make fights over there, right? Mazatlan.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's where ¿cómo se dice uh, that's where Zurdo's from. And I think he was talking about. Well, I mean, he never said that that they were gonna ¿cómo se dice that it was gonna be there or whatever. But I'll shake Gonzalo's in the building. Gonzalo, ¿qué huele, güey? Can you hear us, Gonzalo?
Yo, Ignacio, what's up, dog? What's cracking, brother? Any news on the venue for Canelo 3? Not that I know, bro.
Not that I know of.
Hopefully it's in Vegas or some shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's
I
either gonna
want
be
to see.
Vegas or Mexico because that's what they said.
Mm.
How about now?
We can hear you. We can hear you, bro.
Salute to the Don, man. What's up? Salute to the Don, bro.
What up, Coco?
You excited for that better be a fight or what? Poodle?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely excited, bro. I mean, it's a unification and shit. It's a possible Canelo opponent and possible Sordo opponent. So yeah, I'll be looking into it.
Actually, I think, Joe Smith Jr. He probably cracks harder than Bitter BF. Well, this is how I can explain that away.
Talk to us.
Like, let's say out of ten punches, probably like Joe Smith Jr. lands the two hardest. But like 8 out of 10, Bitter BF will probably hit harder. He's more consistent. But out of like the top 10, probably like the two hardest out of those 10 will probably be Joe Smith Jr. He gets a snap. He's like long and lanky, and he's probably like heavy-handed, so he gets some leverage. The other dude, he looks like he's missing W. He looks like he's missing WD-40 in the beginning, you know, because he's so like he's so strong, and the way his muscles are, it's like so rigid and stiff. But once that dude gets going, I mean, yeah, he can fucking crack, especially if the engine is like how they say about Joe Frazier. Once he gets like fucking steaming and trotting forward, yeah, he can put punishment on you. But I would have to say that probably Joe Smith Jr. hits harder. Not all the time, but like every now and then, the shot that he lands out of nowhere is gonna be like landing harder than whatever better BF can throw. Isn't that weird?
No. It makes sense. It makes sense.
We'll see, brother. We'll see. We'll see. We have, you know what I mean. We have no. We'll see what cracks off. The thing about Better B, if he does have obviously the uh perfected KO rate, right? Which is freaking insane.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
This
I mean,
political
small
stuff.
sample size, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, it's
I
something that
mean,
has to be respected.
look at Shakur's sample size. He literally has no KOs in the same
Yeah,
thing.
no, yeah, but that guy has no
Yeah,
power, bro. You know.
he has
Yeah,
no power at all and shit. Mm. Uh,
yeah, man.
do you think politics runs into this fight, or you think any type of politics, like Bevo when he came out versus Canelo, they announced him he was from India and shit. You think politics goes into this fight if decision happens, or is it because
Mm,
the difference between Canelo and the Canelo Bevo is actually Joe Smith is an American, right? So
mm.
you think they will actually give him a decision if it does go to the cards? They'll give Joe Smith the decision due to it being an American and basically the Russian propaganda that could ensue, even though Better Biev at the moment isn't living in Canada.
I mean, I don't think so, cause like, shit, man. I mean, like for me, in my opinion, like the way that they'll give a robbery is to the money. I mean, I don't think either of these two dudes like like sell a lot, or like I don't like I know this fight is big, but I mean like I mean to the casual or even to the hardcore casual, I don't even you don't even know if this like fight kind of gets them gets them excited. Um
Uh-huh.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Oh, I like
Yeah,
Gonzalo's pick.
it's like is better BF actually like Russian, or what is he? Where is he
He's
from?
Russian, brother. He's
Kyrgyzstan.
from Russian. Yeah, he's from Russia.
Russian,
He played.
Russian, yeah.
He fought on the national Russian national team in the amateurs.
Okay, does he live in where is he living at now?
He lives in
Montreal,
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah,
En la
Canada at the moment.
Canada.
And he's
Hmm.
homies with that UFC dude, no, that one white cat that's like one of like the greatest UFC
St. Pierre.
fighters of all. Yeah, it's like man, that's borderline racist. Just because you're Russian, all of a sudden, if you're fucking Russian, but let's say you like live in Canada, you can't deny where you're from, and they cannot label you okay just because there's a war in Russia because you were born way back in the day. Just because something is going down in 2022, all of a sudden you're fucked. You're fucked. That's not
Uh-huh.
cool, man. So I don't, and plus, if you, I think with Canelo, it was a little bit more of like, I know Canelo's Mexican, but protecting that household Mexican dude that fights out of like the United States. With Joe Smith Jr., it's kind of like that dude is like the blue collar type of like, bring your lunch pail. Yeah, he's tough, but he's kind of limited. He's still a world champion, but he might not have like all the
He doesn't have the backing of the black community, American black community. He doesn't have the backing of that on the YouTube streets, from what I've seen. Like, there's no videos of him at all. And that's what
Yeah.
boxing YouTube is about, to be honest. Most of the fighters, the black American fighters, the ones that get all the headlines on it. On these sound boxing YouTube, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
You're the first one to do a. You're the first one to do a. From what I've seen, a stream on this fight, bro. On
Oh
this
yeah.
fight, yeah.
On a better be even
Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Well, there you go.
That's the
uh,
point, right? That's the point. Like, it's one of those, man. It's one of those.
yeah, I mean shit. I mean,
Salute to
like I'm
BBA.
not uber excited for the fight, but because it has implications of the fighters that I like and shit like that. So. Oh yeah, BDA's up in here. What's up, BDA? Oh, me Kush, what up?
In regards to like what Gonzalo was saying earlier, the breakdown,
Mm.
I think the better beef he has more what you call he's more gamey, just from what I've seen, more gamey. He knows how to handle timing. He knows the timing of the fight. He doesn't load up on his punches early. I seen Joe Smith kind of gas out late in fights. And when I saw Beterbiev versus Marcus Brown, he wasn't. I was kind of like surprised. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen like a whole fight like just from start to finish of Beterbiev. But I saw that he wasn't loading up on his punches early. He was using like a tactic that even Bebo was using against Canelo, where he just tap, 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 tap for the first 5-6 rounds.
Mhm.
Exhaust you, and then they start fucking pouring it on and shit.
I hear you. Better be like normally start slow. Do you think that's Joe Smith's best chance? It's to come out aggressive early.
But no, I think that weight class from what I've seen, I think you need to settle in. You gotta know that you're carrying some weight, and you gotta know that you gotta have stamina for the end of those rounds and shit. That's from what I saw, right? Even when I saw Zurdo fight, he's the same way. He knows how to time himself and shit like that. It's not like even 168 or 60 or even down, right, where you can basically have you just like a hamster. You have to time. You have to keep your timing. You have to keep your energy. Energy up, bro.
I got you.
But other than that, is there anybody on the undercard or what?
Here, let's check. Let's look.
I mean, I hope they have some at least some Mexican fighters on the undercard, bro. You know what I mean? Or even some interesting prospect or some shit, whatever the fuck. Something to keep everybody occupied, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. What is this? Is this a top rank card?
Top rank, I believe.
All right. Better be.
What you've been up all night or what, Poodle? Did you
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck.
Waiting for you to come back on live, bro.
No, I couldn't do it. I just passed through it. I was up for a fucking.
No, I know, bro.
Yeah.
No, I was just like listening to fucking H a little bit. But I couldn't do too much with that brought on there.
Who was on that? Who was on that stream most of the time?
Yeah, and then I was like fucking just farting around with some certain shit.
Yeah.
All right.
So you didn't click on the X hamster, and then you didn't click in the big booty white bitches.
I did a little bit.
And then when you click in the big booty white bitches, you start clicking, going down the tunnel. Next thing you know, you're on a webcam. That type of shit.
I know, right?
You do that.
That type of shit. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told me she loved me.
Yeah. yeah.
Oh, fuck that. All right, so we got. Oh yeah. Fucking like John Blaze was saying, Nova and Ramirez.
Yeah.
They got the Shushu Carrington guy. I've seen a few fights. He looks pretty good. Up and coming prospect.
It's a knockout.
Yeah, I don't know who that. Yeah, Adrian Leiva guy is.
The
Floyd is that the Floyd Cash guy?
Yeah, is the one that's half. He's not in. You think is he El Salvadorian or some shit?
I don't know. He's from. Cash Flow is his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're saying Gonzalo?
Little dude, huh?
Yeah. He's a super bantam. Super bantam.
Go on, Gonzalo.
122, 122.
Sería 122, sí. And they got some broads here. Only one title fight, Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith. So it actually looks like a pretty cool card with Abraham Nova and Robesy Ramirez. Robesy se llama.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Robesy.
Yeah. Both, I think Nova is the one that was calling out Navarrete.
Nova was the one that was calling out Navarrete for sure. He's 9-1. Who did Robesy Ramirez lose to? Go ahead, Gonzalo.
A lot of people think that Navarrete might be easy pickings because he's like an orthodox, kind of like all over the place. Yeah, but he's gonna be hard to like. You cannot align him, and if he's kind of like all over the place, he's probably gonna align you first with the long limbs, and once he starts landing, he's gonna start landing more continuously. He's gonna like hone down like the distance. Get down the timing and start like fucking like really touching you. It's real difficult. Even for a Shakur, he would be difficult.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they would ever make that fight. I wouldn't even want them to make that fight, to be honest. That's just me. But he's fighting some guy nobody has ever heard of, no?
Yeah. Does anybody notice? I don't want to go off subject, but does anybody notice the technique that these motherfuckers use? And by these motherfuckers, I'm talking about Shakur and Devin now. They're using the fucking I hate to say it, they're using the Bud Crawford and fucking Earl Spence technique, where they say, now when they ask them, they say, who the fuck is going to be your toughest opponent? They all say fighters that they're never going to fight because they know damn well they're going to be forced to fight them. So now Shakur say, my toughest opponent is Tank. You know damn well you're never going to fucking fight his ass. And my toughest opponent is fucking Devin Haney. You know damn well you're never going to fight his ass. So it's one of those where motherfuckers is going to be talking about Tank, fucking Haney, and fucking Shakur for fucking 50 years. And while they're fighting bums, they're never going to fight each other, but they're going to all be on pound-for-pound lists. That's all I got to say. It's despicable.
Yeah, it's like a scripted. Like, you just got to read in between the lines, but that's the way they align themselves. Because that's the way they think they can control the narrative. But people on the internet, they're pretty wise, man. We can pick up on that shit, but they think they're ahead of the curve, that nobody's seeing what they're seeing. But they're pretty fucking stupid in that regard, because they ain't that smart.
Should salute to Wise Guy 41. Oodle, what's up? He says, salute, bro. Big Justice. Oh shit, Big Justice.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, what up, DJ? What's going on, big time?
Future pound for pound king is on the thumbnail. Wise Guy say salute to Virgil. Facts, bro.
Yeah, Virgil, baby.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with that disease? Does it really like degenerate your muscles? It's got like a real hard name to pronounce. I read a little bit about that and I was just skimming through. But does that shit like really deteriorate your body?
Which one? The one that he had for training?
Rhabdo, I think it's called. I've never heard. I don't know anything about it, to be honest.
Is it like something that goes away or is it permanent? Like MS?
No, it goes away, bro.
I think it goes away.
Yeah, it goes away. It goes away, bro. It goes away.
It's not degenerative.
Nah.
I have no idea.
It's one of those things where your body will start attacking you, because just basically showing you signs that you are overtraining, that you're training too hard, that you're basically not getting enough sleep and rest, that you're basically overexerting yourself, that type of shit. It's only a few fighters who get it, man. You gotta be a real fucking monster. Usually, like what do you call it? These triathletes get it from time to time. Wrestlers get it from time to time. They overtrain. MMA fighters have been known to get them from time to time, as they fucking train 4 times a day and shit. So that's how I know Virgil's a fucking killer. He's one of the only boxers that I've ever heard of getting it. So that's how he's fucking training like out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, training a little too much, too hard.
Just to make the weight, is that kind of like a telltale sign maybe that he's outgrowing the 47 division? And then maybe he can relax at 54 and not train that hard, which he will still probably be a killer.
I mean, I was gonna say, he said and his dad said that they're having no trouble making the weight. They're just saying it's just that it's like works out way too much.
He got on the scale like the last two, 3 times, and he was barely like making it, or he was coming a little over. Because you know sometimes them scales are not calibrated the same. You might weigh yourself in your room, and you think you're spot on, but when you get on that official scale, you might be a tad off. But yeah, it's one of those things where he's kind of like right on the limit right now. Who knows?
Yeah. Only time will tell.
Yeah, he probably got that type of like, even for like a Mexican. I mean, the build is, what is he, like 5'10" and a half, probably like an 80 Golovkin.
Yeah, something like that.
He's got powerful jab. He's probably gonna like he's gonna get broader. Cause look, his dad is pretty big though.
Yeah, his dad is like taller than him, no?
Yeah, that dude be looking like them Indians from California. What is it called? The Mohawks. Tall motherfucker. Some Indians basically in California, they're the same as Mexicans. The only thing that divides is the border. You know that dude got that Indian blood, man. Well, I heard this from Michoacan, so I don't know.
Yeah, on my mom's side, they're like full-blooded Indio and shit, and like there's a shitload of tall people on my mom's side of the family. I didn't get that height. I'm only like 5'9", but like my grandfather, he was like 6'1". My tio's like 6'3". They're big motherfuckers.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the genes, man, and the grandparents.
Yeah.
Or just basically, it could also be due to like the diet, just living in the United States.
Yeah, my tios live over there though. They're over there. They're over there in Leon.
Yeah.
I was watching that movie Hustle. Did you guys see it with Adam Sandler?
Which one?
Hustle, the
Hustle?
basketball movie.
Nah,
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
It's on Netflix. It's fucking cool, dude. And that fucking that Serbian basketball player comes on there, the dude with like the biggest hands in the world. And I went and looked at his story on the YouTube, and they said that his parents are just like average people. But this dude is like 7'4". He's a giant. I forget his name. Yeah, but the Serbian dude that plays professional basketball. He's in that movie Hustle, man. It's on Netflix with Adam Sandler. It's fucking cool.
Check it out. Okay, Johnny. Yeah, but I get what you were saying about the diet though, because you see a lot of nowadays. You see a lot of tall ass Mexicans and shit. You know, a couple of them fucking playing football and shit.
Yeah. There's some story from the boxing boys. First off, let me say about BDA boxing is Avanesian ducking. Yes, he is, bro. Yes, he is. It's my opinion.
Right? They had a sign and then no.
Yeah. That's what we call that.
The only reason that dude looked like a beast because that Josh Kelly dude couldn't punch. So the dude was gonna come forward, collapse the pocket, apply the pressure, and look like a straight killer. But when you got punches coming, raining back down your way, like from a Virgil Ortiz, that fucking killer pressure style is you're not gonna take the same risk you were against that dude that you were taking against that one dude, Josh Kelly. The game changes.
Facts, Johnny. Fucking McKinson, yeah. This is him.
So he's gonna fight McKinson next, Johnny? Is that what you're saying, Blaze?
That's the rumor. You know, that's what I think is scheduled.
KO. Easy KO.
Right?
Yeah.
He did all right. No, he proved to be pretty crafty, and still undefeated.
No, he's still undefeated. Yeah, he's like a boxer, but he also got 2 knockouts. Gonzalo. No tiene dos.
No pega.
No pega el güey.
That's one of those things, man. How are you gonna stop Virgil Ortiz from coming forward?
Exactly.
You don't even have to be that great of a boxer. If you've got good stamina, great conditioning, you can take a shot. Man, just come forward, man.
Walk that dude down, yeah.
They just say it, even if they brought a Hagler out, Virgil would fucking KO Hagler's bitch ass too, to be honest.
Well, he's dead, so that's gonna be hard.
That dude was tough. What was it? Marvin Hagler?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite fighters.
Pinche vato estaba poderoso. He was tough.
Yeah, it was. You could take a shot. That's what it was, man. Like, fuck, you can fucking knock him out with the ring post.
He had horrible. He had horrible. Basically footwork.
You think so?
Yes, because if he was Mexican, I would have said he was a horrible footwork. So he's horrible.
Yeah, probably.
That's the thing with the generational chins and what is it? Blue collars posted. He threw that question at me because I was doing a live and it just stuck to me, man. It's true. When you got a chin, you don't necessarily have to be like the hardest puncher, like Roger Mayweather said about Chavez. It was the chin. Because if the chin is good, you can keep coming forward and you can fight comfortably on the inside. What a lot of motherfuckers are not willing to do. Motherfuckers are just, they want to like scapegoat. They want to skedaddle out of the pocket. They don't want to have nothing to do with, I hit you, you hit me. And that's not limited to just because my boxing is stupid that I'm just like a punching bag, like Rock'em Sock'em Robust. No, I hit you, you hit me. But when I learn to navigate that inside distance, and all of a sudden I'm rolling and I'm blocking and I'm hitting you, but then I'm comfortably like looking at the places where I want to put my punches. Man, that's like a fucking beast.
These guys count rolling nowadays. Rolling as getting hit.
Rolando Romero.
No. What I said, if you utilize it rolling, they fucking they say you got hit. Now you know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll fucking cheat you, right? I guess, yeah.
You know, also been. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Just fucking roll your neck, apply a little Vaseline to where the punch is not connecting flush. But now they'll probably take it as to like if you roll with it, that dude snapped your head to the side. He twisted your neck or something.
Yeah. You know what I've been noticing too is I saw a video on the Zone. It was they were talking about it was pretty much kind of like well, not even a tribute fucking to the guy that just died, the Samiso dude. Yeah. But they're I think they're gonna start pressuring the not the judges but the referees to like stop the fights like a lot more earlier than usual.
Yeah.
Because the guys were even commenting, talking about like, yeah, will we never see a Castillo Corrales again? No, but that's okay. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? That's
not
okay,
motherfucker. Yeah, it's not okay.
You know, I'm like, shit. Don't get me wrong. I don't want these guys to get hurt, bro. But fuck, bro. I mean, you gotta get.
It's a method to fix fights. It's a method to fix fights better, bro. That's what it is. To be honest.
I'm sure that too, but I mean, like, I mean, like, say it's not. But I get where they're coming from. But like, bro, I mean, you guys got to give some of these, like, especially like when a guy is hurt, you can't just stop it right away. You got to give him a chance to, like, you know, a voltear la tortilla, as they say, you know.
So let me change devices, but I'm gonna jump back on.
Handle it, Rip.
Yeah, that's kind of like a rarity. What happened to that dude when it was punching at the air? That shit don't happen like often, or I never ever seen that. So, I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah, neither have I, to be honest. It's just but they were also like fucking ¿cómo se dice? They were referencing también este güey que acaba de perder, Josué Vargas, how the referee kind of like fucking didn't stop the fight, like he let the fight keep going, and you could tell like fucking Josué Vargas wasn't doing shit. He estaba todo pinche noqueado.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting caught that cleanly because his opponent, whatever that dude's name is, I forget his name too. Rugged and rough, but he wasn't like really like landing cleanly. So I kind of see like where the referee's coming from because he was kind of like blocking. But his opponent was actually like bigger. He had driven that dude to the ropes. He did catch a punch here and there. But to be honest, man, that dude, Joshua Vargas, he didn't even have like a fucking like a good chin at all. Not even like for a fucking boxer. Dude was like fucking soft, man.
No, yeah,
And,
no, serio.
yeah, and he fucking got clipped maybe to like the top of the dome. It wasn't even like at the fucking chin. It might have been like a consequence of like that fight he had against the Chon Cepeda or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But even his dude, fucking his brother, still crying in the corner, man.
Yeah, man. Those are some memes, bro. They were funny. Yeah, that's facts, Johnny. Fucking Marquez versus Vasquez. I went to 2 of those fights, man. They were great.
We did.
Quedó ciego el güey, though. You know, pobrecito.
Marquez, where was that? In LA?
It was, yeah, in LA, 2 of them. It was at the Home Depot Center.
Órale, that's cool.
When I was called the fucking Dignity Health or some shit like that. But yeah, they're fucking wars. No, es lo que le estaba diciendo, like about like the about the Bivol Canelo rematch. A lot of people are like, oh, we don't even need to see a rematch for the Haney Cambosos. We don't even need to see a rematch. That's what they said after the first Vasquez versus Marquez fight, because like Vasquez ended up quitting, and you know how it is, fucking with Mexicanos and quitting and shit. Fucking it's like the cardinal sin. Pero luego en la segunda, pues pinche Vasquez regresó y lo noqueó. You know, so it's like fuck that. You know, rematches sometimes are necessary, even though we might perceive that they're not gonna fucking, you know, they're not gonna do anything different.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think, you know what, Cambosos, he showed a lot of grit against Teofimo, because Teofimo's a tough dude.
He is.
He is. I mean, he might not have the greatest chin, but he's so strong. And if he would only fought a little like he fought in that fight against Haney, not actually like try to like exchange punches like tit for tat like a boxer would, but actually like step 2, like, you know, collapse the pocket, fucking come forward, you know, throw bombs. He would have done a lot better. But yeah, but in the end of the day, he was never gonna beat Haney, taller, longer, rangier, quicker, probably even like smarter, better timing. And Cambosos, he's quick also, but he's got the shorter hands. And he was only trying to catch him with overhand right and the right hook. But
he was doing some good body work though, Gonzalo. I don't know if you've seen the fight recently, but in the 9th round, I think he dropped Haney too, with a left to the body.
Of course he did. You're talking about Cambosos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I don't know if you saw that, Gonzalo.
bodied
Man.
Devin.
He was doing some good body work. Yeah.
He bodied Devin, man. Seriously.
I thought
He
it was
bodied Puerto Rico.
Oh, you put the Puerto Rican flag up?
Yeah, Puerto Rico.
For fucking ¿cómo se llama ese güey?
No, the full Nova, Abraham Nova. He's a Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah.
No, but the guy that just got his ass kicked.
Which one? Oh yeah,
Berlanga.
Yeah. He sells though. They said he fucking had a lot of views on that fight. To be honest, as they're saying from when I read various articles.
They got a lot of views on the Berlanga and.
Yeah, a lot of them, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good either, Johnny. You know, but I mean, like we haven't seen what he does like off of a loss. You know, like so that's like the unknown there. So I definitely want to see the rematch. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
yeah, it's just the way he took the loss, man. He sounded too complacent.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're talking a lot of shit, playing the whole I don't know what Troy or like what is it? I'm Spartan. And then when he lost, it's kind of like almost. It almost sounds like he was too happy to collect the paycheck. Like when it's all said and done, I know I got money in the bank, and now I can just say, okay, it's like whatever. Let's do the rematch because I know I just got paid. I'm gonna live the life tomorrow. But there was like no real sense of like I don't know, like that type of energy during the fight and after, like where he showed like he was really like disappointed. He wasn't even disappointed.
I hear you.
Es como un pinche trámite, no? It was just like business as usual.
Yeah, going through the motions or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, maybe because he thought he was like, fuck it, I know I got the fucking rematch in my back pocket, but I don't know.
That's what it was, man.
I don't know. It's just all that whole fucking situation seems fishy to me and shit, bro. Like, I mean, it all seems fucking like fucking. Como dijo Gonzalo earlier, scripted.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
staged. It's a staged event.
And you know what kind of puts a damper on Devin Haney's attitude after the performance when him and Bill get on the platform and they're asking them the questions, and when they reply by saying, "Oh well, if the money is good, well we'll have to see if it makes sense." That's just fucking like, no, get the fuck out of here, man. No excitement to that.
I know.
You're already fucking boring in the ring. But now by talking like that, you think you're gonna like, I don't know, you're gonna gain a lot of fucking fans.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't hate Devin, but I mean, like, he's not an exciting fighter.
I do. I hate him.
It's like real basic. Oh, I know you do, Rep, and you got a good reason. But you know, it's I don't know. I just don't like it. It's like him and Shakur, bro. It's just their career seems way too scripted to me. But you know, we shall see.
It's true, man. It's scripted, bro. It's scripted,
It's
bro.
like Boo Boo and shit, man. Like fucking, how do you go your whole goddamn career? You never fought a reigning champion. That's fucking crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
Well,
Ain't that crazy?
I never seen that before, to be honest. You know, shit.
Yeah, they're also kind of big. They're big dudes, man. 5'9". Shakur and Haney are probably like almost the damn size of Terrence Crawford. Actually, Terrence Crawford is shorter. Crawford is like 5'8".
Yeah. Yeah, Crawford ain't tall at all. Yeah, I think if like this fight doesn't happen and he moves up and fights like Jermel, bro, he'll get his ass kicked, bro. He's too small. Whatever, Rep, whatever.
Yo, there's a lot of fanatical Crawford fans, right? He's gonna get
on both sides, bro. They go crazy, bro.
He'll get knocked out, bro. He's gonna get knocked. I hate to say it. I mean,
no, I think he would. I think he's too small, bro.
Mean Machine put him down, bro. Come on, it's ridiculous.
Well, the thing is like, go ahead.
You got Bud Crawford in the ring saying, "I'm gonna go up to 160, then I'm gonna go up to 168." You know what I mean?
Who said that?
Yeah, he's in the ring. I'm gonna go up to 160, and then I'm gonna go up to 168. Y'all say I'm too small. I'm going to 168. Because if I beat up on these 140 pounders, 147 pounders, y'all say I'm weight bullying or somewhere. Shit. Like, I was like, come on, bro. Do it.
He said that shit?
Do it. Yeah, I was like, do it, man. Do it. I was thinking, like, do it. Come on.
Yeah. No, but like in the case of Jermel, that fucker's like big for 154 and shit, you know? So like, fuck, imagine like 6'1", 6'2" and shit, bro. Y los tan llenos, los cabrones. They're like fucking, they're not like skinny motherfuckers like a Fondura or shit.
Yeah.
You know, like big and fucking filled out and shit.
I know, man. It's one of those, bro. It's one of those.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that fight because I still think it's happening. But damn, bro, it's taking that long. And you know, fucking that fool Arrow, like, fucking got a DUI again.
Yeah, did he? Damn.
Oh, yeah, he just got sentenced to a fucking DUI again.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
he did, bro. I was like, oh fuck, because I got Errol Spence in that fight, but fuck, I don't know now.
Fuck it. If I'm Bud, I'll just go send them free cases of fucking Budweiser to his house every fucking day. You know, just send them a fucking send them some fucking Budweisers every day to his house. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Who would you have in that one, Gonzalo, if it happened?
I think I picked Terrence Crawford.
Terrence? Okay.
Because
who would you have? Rep it.
I have them. I have it at this point, since they're both chinny, they both knock each other out in the 8th round.
Double knockout?
Yeah, double knockout. Double knockout in the 8th round. Like, it's one of those. And then the controversy continues, and people say, "Oh wow, we saw the greatest, and this is the greatest fight of all time, and they both knocked each other out, and these both are the greatest of all time, pound for pound number ones." You know what I mean? One of those. I mean, that's what they're saying, right? They're saying it's going to be the greatest fight of all time. So yeah, why wouldn't it end in a double knock? Fuck it, a double knockout in the 12th round in the last 10 seconds. You know what I mean? And then they say,
like Rocky movie and shit.
Yeah, like that. You know?
Johnny used to have Bud, but Spence biased decision PVC style. Yeah, maybe.
If it's on PVC, definitely Spence for the win, man. Just on
that's where it's gonna be
decision.
because Bud is on his own. I don't think he brings anybody with him. So he used to have MTK, but that guy got arrested and shit, or fucking
bad luck, man.
What the fuck?
Bad luck, bro.
Yep. He has the greatest Scante too. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, ¿qué huele, Sergio? ¿Qué onda?
It's it will end poverty, BDA. It will end poverty.
It will end poverty.
Yeah. What do you call it? What is stimulus checks for everybody? You know, when they fight, it's one of those.
Right. They're gonna fucking hand out cash at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
One of them's gonna run for president and shit.
Yeah.
And the winner's gonna run for president.
Yeah, the winner. Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. I saw a video of you, BDA. Was it you, BDA? I think it was you, BDA. Some guy talking shit, some LDBC guy talking shit about you. I don't know if you've seen it. It was pretty funny.
They think Spence Crawford will end poverty, and that's what it might do. To be honest,
yep.
BDA, it might do it. You know, it might do
Won't
it.
be impoverished no more after the fight.
Yeah. Free deep dish pizzas for everybody.
Sergio's disgusting, bro.
I want you bad, bro. What the fuck?
The feeling's not mutual, bro.
He wants you bad, bro.
Sergio,
he wants you bad,
like
bro. Oh my
goodness.
bro. He wants you bad, bro. Is what he's saying.
Feeling ain't mutual, Holmes.
Can be. Can be.
Maybe somebody in the chat will go camping with you, brother.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hey, fucking boxing's like really toxic right now, no?
Es que no.
Quítamelos.
Toxic.
Puras pinches viejas, Gonzalo. They're all in their feelings, every single one of them, bro. Oh, this guy blocked me. Oh, this guy did this. Oh, this guy did that. I'm like, bro, grow some balls. Stop crying like bitches.
Facts. Let's block everybody.
What up, Mark? What up?
Let's block everybody in here to see if somebody.
I know. Let's block everybody in here and see. Fucking
start blocking.
Like Javi saying in here and shit, talking shit, calling me all kinds of shit, bro.
It's like, man, but this is the thing. You gotta show some class in the sense that it creeped out of like. I'm not gonna say nowhere, but Canelo lost. Then the American style, like these fighters, Haney, Crawford, Haney, Shakur, and Fulton. But you still got Crawford, but that's like kind of like a different story. But then you had like those three like slick boxers, quote unquote, win. Ah man, these dudes lost their shit. They fucking Jermell Charlo just became undisputed as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of like perceive it as like the Americans. The Americans are taking over. But it's the same motherfuckers that will not look. Never mind the Mexicans for now, because everybody got their moment in the sun. The Mexicans will be back. But these are the same guys that won't look down the way of like the Eastern Europeans. The dude that beat Canelo, Bivol, Beterbiev, that's fighting Joe Smith Jr. You're gonna notice when these guys win, like Bivol did it, Beterbiev wins. Yet again, they will never acknowledge these guys, and they don't fucking they don't care or about the sport in that regard. That they'll fight other fighters fight, if these motherfuckers don't look like them.
Yeah, you're right. I personally don't like anybody who don't look like me, to be honest. I'm joking, brother. Obviously, come on. I was gonna say, I was gonna say,
me neither, man.
yeah. They're uncrowned.
If you're
The
fucking
Mexican
ugly-
boxers are the uncrowned champions. They could literally be a champion every weight division. They're just not getting the chance. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
They're just handing out these trophies to their favorite fighters. They're uncrowned champions. Virgil, literally, I would say, is a welterweight champion. He'll beat these guys. He's an uncrowned champion. Jaime, he's an uncrowned champion. You know what I mean? Zurdo, an uncrowned champion. So we're talking about
Bronco Lara, way.
Bronco Lara, definitely an uncrowned champion. Knocked out Warrington.
El Venado
So their
Lopez.
day in the sun is here. They're
Venado.
just not getting. They're not getting no adulation or none of this stuff. Cool boy Steph, an overrated piece of shit scumbag, a crip. He is not. He's an overrated crap. He's a crappy fighter. He's a crappy fighter, and I have Luis Netti beating his ass, and obviously I have Brandon Figueroa who beat his ass. That's the problem that's happening, in my opinion. And then they couldn't. They got tens of thousands of YouTube channels telling me the opposite. I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. And then we got another guy, right? The Monster Nui. The Monster Nui, right? Yeah, Monster Nui. He's out here and they want to make a fight with Cool Boy Steph. Is what they're saying, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they're building up right now.
Well, who's they? Who's they want to make?
Like every channel I've seen.
Exactly. Everybody paid by the PBC. I don't want to see that crappy fight, to be honest. What do I want to see that shit? That's not a
No, even like the non like BBC paid ones.
I don't want to see that shit. That's not an interesting fight. That's not a fucking a barn burner. That's not an attacking style fight. I want to see someone who goes in and fights toe to toe with the Nui, not runs. Doesn't do shit in his life. It's despicable.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, if a Mexican guy boxes you, he sucks because he's not doing what he's supposed to.
Yep.
Why is he boxing? And he's
Yeah, we'd have to move
I
up.
don't know.
I'll check on my daughter real quick, fellas. Keep cooking.
Okay. Chris Ariola would probably KO easily Dillian White. But then they had you guys out here. Oh, Dillian White, he's a fucking killer. Oh, wow, no, he ain't shit. Look at his yuck mouth piece of shit kickboxing stance. He has no fundamentals. He's a piece of shit overrated hype job. But yeah, he's getting all the money, and Chris ain't getting shit. And he's been being a warrior, even though he has multiple losses, been a warrior for multiple years. And he's not getting knocked out in Statue of Liberty. But no one holds him in high regard. So that's the difference. There again is when you talk about the difference between a Mexican fighter and other fighters. Literally, this guy Chisora, a scumbag who has 10 losses, is still getting fights, and Chris don't get no fights. What are we talking about? So it's just simple to see these types of things that are going on in the boxing world, right? Let's just say this. Let me ask you something, let me ask you something, my brother right here. What would happen? What would happen if Virgil Ortiz was fighting like Devin Haney right now, bro?
Virgil Ortiz was fighting like David Haney.
In that division, as it's constituted right now, what would happen to him?
For one, he probably wouldn't be. He would be robbing himself out of his own ability to land his power shots. While he would probably still, he would probably still be a good boxer if he so decided to box that way that he could possibly still be good enough to outpoint many motherfuckers. Or basically, let's say he could beat everybody, but in the end of the day, it doesn't befit his personality. So probably, he wouldn't be rated as high, and possibly, he would probably end up losing some decisions against other boxers. If he weren't seek and destroy to get the knockouts. So I don't know, man.
I'll tell you where it would be. He wouldn't be anywhere in life. He wouldn't even exist. You wouldn't even know him. He'd be McKinnison. That's who it would be. McKinnison's on a lower level. That's who he would be. Because he doesn't get that push. Because he actually gets people who force him to fight. People want to see, especially in the Mexican community, they want to see a fighter that entertains, a fighter that, that excites the public, a fighter that fights. They're not going to support that shit. And again, I hate to say it, even the American public wouldn't support that shit if it's Virgil, like you said earlier, brother. They say, wait a minute, he has this ability, he has to do that ability. So they would say he's not doing the best of his abilities, right? So they would not even support him. That's the whole point. That's crazy. So you got a guy with multiple tools in Virgil Ortiz who could literally do everything in the ring. Every single thing in the ring possible. You want knockout power? He has that. You have a power jab? Yeah. You want jabs? Yes, he has that too. He has body work? Yes. His defense is pretty underrated. But again, he's held to a higher standard. Now, let me just break it down in Devin Haney. Devin Haney has no power punches. His dexterity is horrible. His jab is mediocre because he doesn't have power in the jab. To have a great jab, you have to have two things: power and precision. Also, you have to have accuracy. The only thing that Devin has at a certain point is accuracy with light tapping ability. No power. So anybody who says Devin Haney has a great jab, slap yourself in the face and go look what a real jab is. That's not a great jab. A great jab is a jab that has multiple things involved in it. It has power, precision, accuracy, and the ability to do multiple things. His jab is mediocre. He is a mediocre fighter with the championship bout who beat up another fighter who was pretty mediocre too in Cambosos. Those guys aren't even in my top 10 135-pound fighters. They're horrible. But you know what? They have the ability to rob everybody else because they have what you call they are rewarded. Not on merit, on just being American and black. I'm just gonna keep it saying American and black. Period, dude.
You know who's a good fighter, Rep It? And I don't like the motherfucker really, and he's limited in some regards. But you know who's a good fighter? Ryan Garcia, man.
Of course he is.
Fucking the dude can crack, dude. And if he's flat-footed, he's getting a foothold of the canvas to where the weight's under his fucking his body, to where when he throws, you know, he's got some weight under his punches, behind his punches. And the dude, he's working on that jab, that lead lip hook, which is also the jab hand. It's like when you open your tablet and you swipe to the left and you swipe to the right, they can fucking catch you. And they can just clip you, like, and you guys seen it, man. The dude got some power. And is he limited in some other regards? So, like, where maybe he fights like another Mexican, like Pitbull Cruz, who can step to him and on the inside. And if he ain't dropping that chin, because he's a taller dude, and as he's peering down upon you and he relies on his reflexes, he's looking at you from like the corner of his eye, to where a lot of times that's why he's holding his head high, because he's peering down at you, because usually he's taller, like I said, through his peripheral. So that might be a problem if he doesn't tuck his chin in against like another Mexican, like a Pitbull Cruz, who can get on the inside, got a tough chin. I was mentioning, when you got a generational chin, I don't know if Pitbull Cruz got that or not, but he can definitely take a punch. And if Ryan is not taking him out of there.
Sorry to cut you off, Gonzalo. I just gotta feed my daughter real quick. I'll be right back.
No doubt.
If Ryan Garcia is not taking him out of there, Pitbull Cruz, he can throw punches and bunches. Like he got what's his name? Jesse Tufuego Magdaleno out of there, dude.
You're not wrong
So,
about
I mean,
that.
Ryan's a good fighter, and the 135 is a good fighter. Ryan is a good fighter, and Camarón Cepeda is a good fighter. I mean, he got dropped by El Bofo Viedas. I know that dude. He's from TJ. He's a friend of mine. He kind of sucks, but he caught him. But Camarón Cepeda, dude, is Tanajara's good. El Rayo Valenzuela, who fucking just beat El Bandido Vargas in one round. He's really good, and he can crack as well. He trains with the Benavides. So you got him, Rayo Valenzuela, you got Isaac Cruz, El Camarón Cepeda, and you got the other guy that I just mentioned, Ryan Garcia, man. Those dudes are fucking, they're good, man.
What's the name of this guy, brother? I'm forgetting his name right now, brother. He's from where's he from, bro? I think he's from Hermosillo, bro. He fought recently. I think his last name is Duarte. I don't know if you saw him fight. He fought on the undercard. Yeah. That motherfucker cracks too, bro. And he's underrated. He's another 135 pounder. I mean, we're not even talking about the likes of some of the guys on Top Rank that we don't even talk about, right? Obviously, a little bit higher in weight would be Pollo Aguilar, Lindolfo, you know what I mean, who's out there doing it too at 140. There's a lot of guys that people aren't even on, bro. Like, that's the problem, right? That's the despicable thing. But I don't know if have you seen Pollo fight?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Great fighter, a lot of power,
He's highly
a lot of
touted.
power, highly touted, a lot of power, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about him yet. Yeah, I just heard about him through the grapevine like a little while ago.
Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, he's a beast, brother. He's a beast. It's the problem. The whole point I'm pointing some of these guys out is these guys, they're gonna end up eliminating each other, bro. Like, you know, you brought out you were saying Pitbull Cruz versus Riot, right? Theoretically, you make that fight, one of these guys eliminates themselves, right? I'm not seeing that with these other guys. I'm not seeing that with the Devin, who literally has not fought an elimination with the Shakur Stevenson, who's in his same era, or even Tank Davis. Tank Davis, 27. I have not seen him fight an elimination versus another black man. Someone tell me when Tank Davis had to fight another elimination with another black man who was touted in the same light. Can someone tell me that in the chat right now? When has Tank Davis, who's 27 years old, had to fight an elimination with another guy who's touted in the same light down there, guys?
Yeah, it's almost they're protecting each other because they don't want to cancel each other out because they're from the same promotional entity that it's bad for their business, but in the end of the day, it's bad for the sport, and they're becoming man, they're hurting themselves.
Yeah, that's the point, Dick Justice. And I'm gonna go into this. Why do I say eliminations? Because literally we haven't even seen the 160 elimination. The 160 elimination would have been Bubo Andrade versus Charlo. They don't fight each other. These guys don't fight each other, but they want you to fight each other consistently before you turn 23. Like, what kind of world are we living in? You don't get my point? That's what's despicable. So everybody has to fight an elimination fight unless you're black. Earl Spence and Crawford, I still haven't seen them. They're fucking damn near 40 years old. And all they do is get fucking pound for pound lists, and they're not even fighting each other. They don't eliminate each other, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like okay. Just for example, if they want to push a narrative that the black guy is more athletic, which he could probably be in some senses, but in the end of the day, he's not gonna come forward. He's not gonna be exciting. He's not gonna do what a lot of these Mexicans do in the lower weight classes. But just say, for example, you got the boxer that generally you would pick the boxer to beat, like the boxer puncher or the puncher, and like a Mexican guy. But when does the black dude fight the other black dude? We gotta see the best of those two, the best two slick fucking fighters fighting each other. And then if you win, then okay, then fight the fucking Mexican. And I'm not saying that's a given because it's not. But they just want to control the narrative to like where they're lighting.
Canelo exposed these guys. Canelo exposed these guys. He finally got wind of it after he fucking started and eliminated all these guys, right? He eliminated all these slick fighters, Austin Trout. He eliminated this motherfucker Lara. He was eliminating so many black guys, and then he finally said, "What the fuck is happening here? You want me to keep it and eliminate? How come you don't eliminate yourself, motherfucker? Bubo Andre, eliminate yourself with Charlo, then fight me." These motherfuckers don't do shit. But yeah, we want to see fucking Canelo versus fucking Zurdo. We want to see all this other shit, which you know what? I'm down for it. But let's cut the crap. Why do these guys got to eliminate themselves for nothing? It's fucking ridiculous. So how many fighters is Virgil gonna have to eliminate before these motherfuckers don't eliminate one? You see, that's the point I'm saying. Figueroa versus Luis Neri. Why didn't Cool Boy Steph fight one of those motherfuckers? Why didn't he fight Luis Neri, who's been ducking for 5 years? We all know why. Because these guys don't fight nobody. They wait for Mexicans to eliminate each other. That's what they do. And then they get gifted the little trophy in their hands raised and they're happy. And everything's right with the world in the YouTube community. Fuck you and fuck everybody else in the YouTube community. You scumbag racist piece of shits. And it's consistent. I'm just naming this off the top of my head. Hell, even look at, guys, check this out. Check this out. Even Andy had to fight Chris Arreola because they didn't want to feed him the fucking man, Deontay Wilder. Cut the fucking crap. I'm not living in a world where motherfuckers are out here and I'm not being innocent, and I know I'm seeing it daily and I'm fucking seeing, I'm catching everything, I'm calculating it, I'm seeing what's going on, and after a fucking while I'm like, dude, no one's saying anything. It's fucking ridiculous. Boots Ennis, put him with another crip. Put him with another fighter. Nah, you will never see that. You will never see Boots Ennis eliminate himself with the, here's another one. What happened to Keith one time? Thurman. How come he didn't eliminate himself with Earl Spence or any of these other guys that they hold in any status? But yeah, Virgil, eliminate all these motherfuckers you can. Eliminate everybody. Eliminate Kyle Velasquez. Crazy thing is, even PBC did this. They put Stanionis. They put Stanionis versus this Russian character. What's his name? If you know his name, Gonzalo. Better, I don't know how to pronounce his name, brother.
Butayev.
Butayev, brother. Think about how crazy it is. So they said, here, you guys eliminate each other. You guys eliminate each other. Now, how come they didn't just give one to Boots Ennis? No, they said, you do the work. We have Boots Ennis over here we'll keep on having him knock out bums consistently, knocking out bums, and when the time comes around, we'll just grant him an award. Like, cut the crap. Cut the crap out here. Like, we've already seen it. Thank you, CC. Thank you, the Don. Thank you, BDA. Exactly. We're seeing it consistently, bro. I mean, Bronco 1 got Andrade knocking him out, beating them consistently. Well, we'll never see that, though. That's the problem, though, Bronco 1. We'll never see that. You know, we already know the tactic. Guard and protect while you guys eliminate yourselves. You petty. You know what? They stand up there and say, eliminate yourselves, you stupid idiots. That's what they say. Eliminate yourselves. We'll get the money. You know, you're the #1 fan base in boxing. You guys are getting paid shit in the gutter. But we'll give Charlo fucking 10, 20 million. We'll give Shakur tens of millions. We'll give Haney tens of millions. And you guys bring all the revenue by fighting these fucking fights that give the promotional companies all the money when you see Mexican on Mexican crime, or, you know, all these other types of fighting. It's ridiculous. I agree with you, John Blaze. Natty would have fucking knocked the fuck out of this fucking scumbag Fulton, who literally is overrated. I hate to say it. Now, maybe I went on a hardcore rant, Gonzalo, but what you think about that? Break it down if you can. If I'm going over the top, you can tell me. But you tell me what you think about what I just said right there, brother.
Well, no. It's a valid point, man. It's like Cambosos was easy pickings for anybody, but it just so happens that Haney got the opportunity. Because, okay, maybe he had the Cracker Jack belt, that fucking the email title, and Lomachenko was busy in the war. But you're not gonna tell me if that Lomachenko or any other fucking fighter like rated in the top 10 on the upper portion, like the top 5, had a good opportunity to dethrone that Australian dude. Mm-hmm. Just the way that Australian dude fought. But now Devin Haney's undisputed. Now he's getting all the accolades. With Stephen Fulton, he was a bit of a runner, man. It was kind of a boring fight versus Roman. And in the end, when he kind of like, he understood that Roman wasn't like dangerous anymore. Yeah, he did win some of the later rounds. But it wasn't like a clear-cut fucking performance. Okay, we'll give it to him. He won. But the 2 performances before that, what was the guy? Figueroa. A lot of people thought that Figueroa won with the pressure. And that other guy that I had never heard of before, I forget his name. He won that one, and that was like a barn burner because the other dude brought it. But I swear to God, dude, who was that guy? The guy that fought him first? Was that guy like actually like a top 10? He was kind of like a journeyman, no?
That's what it looked like to me.
The first dude, I forget his name. I can't think of it, but yeah. So he's still kind of like largely improving, but now they bestowed this whole thing about him being like pound for pound, possibly higher than some of these guys. And I don't know about that, man. Sounds kind of sketchy. It's like they're already like saying that he's like really, really that good to where he still has yet he still has more to prove. So we'll have to see about him. Jermell Charlo, let me see. Jermell Charlo, the last time, let me see if I remember. The last time I checked, I thought that fucking El Boxy Castano beat him the first fucking fight. Yeah, okay, granted.
Yeah.
He won the rematch, but don't tell me that he didn't like actually like lose the fight before that. And on paper, he lost to fucking Jermell. What is that dude? Superbad Harrison. So it's not like this,
he did.
right? So we can pick those fucking resumes apart too.
Yeah.
That Devin Haney was Santiago. Yeah, he dropped Santiago. He beat Santiago, but I mean, I don't know, man. There's some things to say about Linares. Linares had him on fucking Queer Street. Yeah, he won the majority of the rounds. Against what is this guy? Jojo Diaz. He did all right. He won, but don't tell me he's like a fucking world beater. Like he's a fucking straight killer, right? Like a Triple G, you know, that I need to hide under my fucking blankets at night, or that I'm gonna have fucking dreams about the boogeyman. This ain't no fucking boogeyman. So there goes Fulton, fucking Haney. Okay, I'll give credit to Jermell Charlo because the run that he's been on the fucking 54-pound division, and it's kind of like a revolving door, like we're seeing now with 35, to where no two fighters is stringing 2 victories back to back. But Jermell Charlo, even like losing and getting that draw against Castano, okay, he's taking the tough challenges better than his brother, so we can't like totally like say, oh, just because you're fucking black that I'm gonna fucking hate on you. No, it's not that. But we're gonna see that a lot of motherfuckers are looking like they're not doing what they need. Now, Charlo, he got all the belts. If he goes against and defends them against Costa Sul and Sebastian Fundora, well, fucking credit to you, man, because those two guys are in line to fight for your fucking titles and not fucking give those belts away. Because Fundora's a beast. He's gonna bring it. Costa Sul, he's got heavy hands. Now let's see about the other guys. Crawford, he needs to fight the other black guy. Fucking Errol Spence, the guy that fights like a Mexican. That's a tough fight for Crawford. But Crawford's got, he's considered maybe number 2 in the pound for pound list, and yeah, he's coming up from 40s, his third weight division. So he's obviously good. But he needs to make the fight fucking happen, man. He's been holding the division hostage in some way or form or fashion or another for like the last fucking 5 years. Because they ain't fucking making it happen where that's the fucking glamour division.
Yeah.
He's fucking setting the world on fire at fucking that's why people are looking at 35 and sometimes 40. Because fucking 47 is not fucking it's not making it happen. So yeah, man, that's basically it with that. In regards with those cats.
Yo, so we got Gabriel Gaming. He says, "What rep it? Are there any good black fighters in this era?" All right. So yes, there is.
They're all good.
There is some, but good and great is 2 different things, right? So we'll say yes, there is some good fighters. There is some good fighters, but you're not seeing them. You're not seeing any of them. I'm gonna tell you that. Why? Because Devin Haney's not a fighter. He's a runner. He's not a fighter. You said fighters, brother. Shakur Stevenson is not a fighter. He's a runner, and literally, he doesn't give a fuck about fight or entertaining the fans. All right? So, if we talk about fighters, I guess we can give it to Jermell Charlo, who is a fighter, who does actually go and make a fight, right? That's fighting, right? But yeah, I would say, I guess he is a good fighter. But other than that, you won't see many of them, to be honest. Earl Spence and Crawford, I'll give them that they do make the fight, so they are fighters. But other than that, you don't see many of them, bro, to be honest. I'm just keeping it 100.
And even Charlo's still a counter puncher. He's gonna.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Charlo's a counter puncher. Is not really gonna let his hands go until he sees that you're starting to make mistakes, and he'll capitalize off the mistakes. He'll move. Then he'll do his thing, but he's not really like letting his hands go like that, you know. Yeah.
Erickson Lumbin was a great fighter. He went to war with this man Fondura and literally did not give two fucks. That's a fighter. A man who goes and puts it on all on the line. That type of shit. And it's not necessarily because people assume that if you're a great fighter, you can't be a great boxer. No, that's not the truth. It means that you have the tools to do a various amount of things, and obviously you utilize your tools to fight. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson, he doesn't have the tools. That's why he runs. He can't come forward, and he has no power punches. And his fucking hooks to the body and everything else, he has nothing but a cheap jab and a hug. That's what he does. So whatever he's doing, he's fighting to his limited tools. The same thing with Devin Haney. He's fighting to his limited tools. Because he's not a 5'2" fighter. You know what I mean? And like that's the fact.
A fighter can fight. A guy that can crack. A boxer that can punch. He can box like a Kovalev, like a Manny Pacquiao. They could certainly do it like where they're gonna step two and fucking try to get you out of there. But like a Manny Pacquiao moving up, he'll change the angles, poke and prod, push the giant to like where he's rocking him off his axis to where he thinks he's got him hurt, then he's gonna probably like go for the kill. A Kovalev will use the jab against a Ward, but Kovalev can like like a fucking the prime crusher. He certainly got power. Going back to this, just an explanation. When a guy can crack, he can resort to fucking boxing. But when a guy can only box, but he can't crack, he has no fucking choice but to run.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, and it's the simple thing. The man put the fighter, bro. So I just had to tell it how it is, a fighter. And let's cut the crap again, guys. I'm just exposing Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson for being limited fighters. They don't have all the ability. They don't have multiple tools. So they utilize the tools they have, which is running and just pot shotting and hugging. I mean, they wish they had the ability of Virgil, who has a jab, power punches to the body, excellent defense, above average defense in my opinion, and excellent footwork. They wish they had that ability, but they don't. If they did, they'd be happy to utilize it. But they don't have any of that shit. That's the point I'm saying.
What makes Shakur difficult is because since he's a southpaw, when he's holding his stance, his front foot usually when he fights, well, all the time when he fights a right-hander, the 2 feet between the lefty and the southpaw, they're coming together, and he's usually like the taller guy. He's got quick hands, he's got good timing, so a lot of times he can keep you outside of his wheelhouse, especially if you're shorter and you're leaping in like a Valdez, and you're not sure where you gotta place your foot once you step into the other guy's wheelhouse. It kind of makes it difficult for other fighters. So that's why Shakur is successful, because he holds his stance and his front foot is kind of keeping these righties on the outside. But when he faces another lefty or like kind of like an awkward dude that can fucking throw punches like from many angles, like what is this guy? Jesus, the guy that beat Dog Bay, Manuel Navarrete. It might be difficult for him because we saw when Nakatila, the Lion Killer, got to him. He said, I don't like how that feels. I don't want to get punched. The dude that just beat Burchell, the dude that Nakatila can crack. And that guy, he caught fucking Shakur like one time, and that dude wanted to have no part of that dude. So if Navarrete is able to nail them and like string together a couple combinations, and maybe Shakur, he can't defend himself because he's kind of like awkward. That's his style, and he's gonna keep on coming because we saw that Navarrete broke down fucking Caballo de Vaca or fucking Cabeza de Vaca, fucking Joel Gonzalez, Doc Bay, and what is it, the Filipino dude. Yeah. The dude's always breaking fools fucking down. Ruben Villa. Yeah, man. And even if he's not breaking them down like, because he went up in weight, he's still breaking them down like an 11, in the 12. So the beating is still coming, right? It's incessant pressure. So we're gonna see Shakur. How is he gonna deal with that pressure? No, not only are you not gonna be able to like entirely guard this dude with your fucking your front foot, with the lefty guard, with speed and timing. When this dude changes the angles and he's throwing them fucking long rangey fucking uppercuts, and like I said, punches from like awkward angle, he's gonna struggle with that. But when Navarrete lands those, that's gonna be the key to open up fucking his attacks. Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's a difficult fight. I just want to see how Shakur
Facts, Johnny.
How he faces these other type of styles, right? That's what we want to see. Exciting fights.
Yeah. What I want to see is this. I just want to see matchups that are not favorable to anybody. Matchups that create excitement. Matchups that people want to see. Matchups that has the public fucking buzzing. You know what I mean? And I want to see champions that can bring people to the fight game. You know what I mean? I want to see champions who, when they fight, the crowd is cheering. I don't want to see a guy who can't fight. Literally, I would knock him out in the streets. He ain't a piece of shit. Shakur Stevenson, who literally, if he came out here with a fake jab, I just go through that, fucking choke him and slam him on the ground. He's not a fighter. He's nothing. Boxers used to be feared. Guys like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, they're not feared anywhere. You just see, oh, he's a gimmick. He's a circus act. He doesn't do nothing but throw a pity-pat jab. You think I'm going to fear that guy? I'm going to steal this chain and take it from his neck, and he won't do nothing in life. Like, that's not a fighter. Those aren't guys feared. Roberto Duran was feared. Julio Cesar Chavez was feared. You got Devin Haney out here. Exactly. You got Devin Haney out here jumping around and, on this weak stuff. Get him out of my face. Navarrete, at least I know he probably throw a punch, probably could KO your ass. You know what I mean? One of those. Do
What's
something
up, Q
dirty.
and or method?
Do something dirty to you in life, right? But that's not the point. The point is this. Boxing has devolved into a game of just rewarding someone for being rich. Rich, and knowing people. That's all I gotta say. Devin Haney, you're rich and you know people. That's why you got the belt. Not because you're that great. You're just rich and you know people. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Simple as that. And you know what?
Number one.
We got the lost art of boxing right here saying 126 and 130 is a weak division. Yeah, it's only weak at 130 with Shakur. He's the weakest of all of them. If Shakur was there at 126, he would have already got KO'd by 4 Mexicans. Easily.
Q.
He would have got knocked out by 4 Mexicans. If Shakur was at 126, he would have already been knocked out by 4 Mexicans, and he's an overrated scumbag. Period. Shakur's overrated. He's horrible. He's not good. And if anybody's backing Shakur, you probably don't know boxing. You're probably an amateur. You probably should not have a boxing channel if you're backing Shakur. You probably don't know shit about boxing. On some real shit. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I like Shakur.
126 is crazy. And yes, 126 is full of sharks and killers. You know what I mean? It's full of sharks and killers. Sharks and killers. That's the reason Shakur went up. That's the reason Shakur went up. That's the reason Shakur ran up, because he was afraid of Mauricio Lara and Manuel Navarrete, who is still ducking today, guys. And Manuel Navarrete is ducking Shakur Stevenson to this day. He is ducking Shakur Stevenson to this day.
The other way around, Rep.
I know. I'm just trying to see if anybody caught that. I'm trying. Yeah, anybody caught that? No one even give a fuck, right? That's the whole point.
No, right? Nobody caught it.
Yeah. No one give a fuck. The whole point is this: Shakur Stevenson is overrated, guys. And you know what it is? That fight should have been made. That fight should have been made. Why isn't it happening? Because he has the ability to not make that fight with Manuel Navarrete. He has the ability to not make that fight with Manuel Navarrete. Something Navarrete doesn't have the ability to. He just has to take fights that they either give him or decline or whatever, right? He doesn't have that, what you call it, A-side power from what I've seen. And it's fucking despicable. Nine title defenses? You know what's crazy? 9 title defenses or whatever at 126 from 122, and never once did they feed him Shakur, because they knew what time it was. as they say. Yes, Ray Vargas would destroy Shakur Stevenson too, by the way. Ray Vargas would destroy Shakur Stevenson in that style. Put him in. Put Ray Vargas with Shakur Stevenson. He'll teach him a boxing clinic if you want to play that. But again, this isn't a whole bash fest of Shakur. It's just telling you that he doesn't have the tools. He doesn't have the tools at all. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the tools at all. I like my fighters.
I don't mind if it's a bash fest. Bash away.
Yeah. I like the fighters that I back to have all the tools. I like them to have power. I like them to have footwork. I like them to have a jab. I like them to have everything. I don't like a boxer who just relies on jabbing, hugging, and running. Because you know what that tells me? He doesn't have the ability. He has to resort to that because you know what? It's sad. He doesn't have the ability. He's like a flunky. It's like a flunky ass car, right? A flunky ass car that doesn't have the V8 engine. So what does it go do? It goes gets nitrous oxide or cheats or does something or pops the other engine's tires to win it, beat it in the race.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson is a flunky and overrated.
And the thing when you can't do nothing else,
I agree.
You become good at doing that more than everybody else. You become a master at playing tag. Oh, and all of a sudden that's why he's that good. Well, he's good, but he became good at that because that's the only way he can survive.
I feel you with that. Salute to LT says shout out to Puro. He says
¿Qué hubo, LT? ¿Qué onda, compa?
yeah, man. So salute to LT, man.
¿Le ganas hoy,
güey? Gabriel is saying Shakur is a Olympic champion or Olympic medalist, right? Yeah, he is. But you know what? This is pro boxing. This isn't the Olympics. Now, if you're fans of amateur boxing, yeah, no wonder you guys are fans of Shakur Stevenson. You guys are hardcore fans of amateur boxing. I'm not. I'm a fan of professional boxing. When you can utilize all the skills. I think in this day and age, a lot of the fan base are amateur boxing fans, to be honest. Because Devin Haney fights in an amateur boxing style. He doesn't utilize all the skills of the professional game. Shakur Stevenson fights in an amateur boxing style. Chris Colbert fights like a damn amateur. This is the type of fighters people are digging. Amateur fighters. Amateur fighter ability. That's the type of fighters they like nowadays. Amateur fighters. Amateur fighters. You know what I mean? Someone call me when Shakur Stevenson beats an A+ level Mexican fighter. He's never going to fight one because he's a ducker. He's a scumbag. And you know what? He sells his ass. You know what I mean? He's never going to fight an A+ Mexican fighter. He's never going to do it. He's never going to do it. He's a ducker. And you know what? His fan base isn't going to pressure him. Because his fan base is just happy with Shakur Stevenson raising his hand. Raising his hand and going 12 rounds of nothing. 12 rounds of nothing. No fighting, no nothing. Just 12 rounds of touching each other. That's what it is. He says, I get touched outside the ring, so we might as well start touching inside the ring too while we're at it. That's what Shakur Stevenson does. I like fighting. I like violence. I like blood. I like combinations. I've never seen Shakur throw one combination. Have you? Has anybody on this panel seen Shakur throw one combination? I haven't. All he throws is one pity-pat punch, and that's it. Salute to Brown Gone One. Salute to John Blaze.
My bad, Rapid. No, he doesn't throw any combinations.
Amateur fighting. No doubt. There's nothing wrong with liking amateur fighting, guys. I'm just calling that how it is. If you like amateur fighting and you like that type of amateur fighting ability, yo, it's all good, right? You could live in the little lie you're in. Live in the little lie you're in. Live in a fictional world where you just feel good because that guy got his hand raised because he went 12 rounds of touching and fencing. Live in that world where they're paying off opponents.
On guard.
Right. Where Jay Prince is basically buying fights. Live in that world. That's not where I'm living. We got two Gonzalo. Is this you, brother? We got two of you on
Hey,
bro.
oh, sorry. Hey,
This is the real goal.
I thought,
Gonzalo?
yeah, I thought I dropped off. I'm just wanted to.
I think you're cutting out, brother. Gonzalo, I think you cut out, bro. Nah. I would recommend this, Rosario. Get yourself just get yourself the typical taco, man. Simple as that. I could tell that's Texas talk when someone says fajitas. That's some Texas shit, right? Hey, Rosario, you live in Texas because that's Texas talk, bro. Salute to Rosario. I'm gonna be honest. Shakur is a great boxer, but I'm not a fan of the defensive boxer. It's not a cup of tea. The only defensive boxer I liked was James Toney. Well, Dick, I won't say he's a great boxer, but I see what you mean by defensive. By defensive, you know what I mean? If that's what we call defense nowadays, if defense is running, yes, I guess that is defensive, right? Maybe we should teach everybody in boxing just to run and not engage, and they will be great defensive fighters. You know what I mean? That's what we should teach people. Run, don't engage. Run, don't engage. Touch, push away. Because usually all the punches that Shakur does are for pushing away. That's all it is. It's a push away punch. If you never saw a combo from Shakur, you didn't watch the Herring versus Valdez or the Valdez fight. I mean, how many combinations did he throw, Gabriel? How many combinations did he throw? That's not what he does. Go look at all his fights. He really doesn't even put together punches. He doesn't throw combinations. That's one of his flaws. Like I said, I'm just exposing the flaws here, bro. I'm just exposing the flaws, and you probably don't hear this from anywhere else. You probably live in, you know what I mean? There's worlds where people just assume, nah, things. I mean, just go look at the film, guys. He doesn't throw combination punches. He doesn't have power. He tends to run. He's pretty damn flat-footed, and you know what? He's not as fast as people say. That's all I gotta say. Doesn't have a lot of ability, but you know what he does do? He does do something. He does win. He does do what it takes to win. So even though he's what you call a journeyman, like in the NBA, a journeyman. He's one of these guys who he does enough to win, right? He's almost like Andre Ward, who didn't have all the ability, but he did enough to sneak out wins. He did sneaky tactics to sneak out wins. He wasn't the most gifted boxer. He didn't have all the tools, but he did enough to sneak out wins. I'm just calling it how it is, man. I feel you, Dick Justice. I feel you, bro. Now, what do you guys think of the Better BF Joe Smith fight? Is that gonna be a touch fest? What do you think, Puro? Is that gonna be a touch fest? Yes, they do, Dick Justice. They all take steroids at this point, for reals. They all take steroids. It will be a war. That's what I say, Pigeon. It will be a war. It will be a vicious war, in my opinion, right? I do have Better BF winning that war. I think Joe Smith has, he has the ability for an upset, but I have Better BF winning that war. The results, that's why he's favored massively at this point, right? Facts. It's not being racist, it's honest fact. He's a good boxer. Don't be scared to say it just because there's a dude here that don't like Shakur. Brown Gone One is saying he's a Shakur fanboy. Brown Gone One is saying he's a Shakur fanboy.
Say it ain't so, Brown Gone. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Brown Gone One. Say it ain't so, Brown Gone One.
I really don't care, but say it ain't, sir.
Yeah, we don't. We really don't. We really don't care, Brown Gone One. If you're a fanboy, bro. I live. Brown Gone One loves fighters of all ilk. To be honest, Brown Gone One, he just loves fight. He just loves he loves a certain type of style. I live in the world where if you're an Olympic medalist, a two-division champion, or a unified, we respect whether you're black, Mexican, or white. Uh, Gabriel, you live in a fake world then. Gabriel Gaming, you live in a fake world, brother. Gabriel, you're living in a fake world. You're living in a fake world. You believe everything they tell you. You believe everything that happens. You believe everything that happens. You believe everything that they show you. You believe everything that exists. Huh? You believe that all champions are champions? Then I guess you live in the world where Jake Paul is the fucking champion. I guess you live in the world where Logan Paul beat the shit out of Floyd Mayweather because he did. You live in the world. You live in the world where Logan Paul beat the shit out of Floyd Mayweather. You live in the world where undisputed, since Devin Haney is undisputed at 135 pounds, he's better than Floyd Mayweather. That's the world you live in. That's what you're saying. So right here, Gabriel is saying that Floyd Mayweather is beneath Devin Haney. Devin Haney is better. Teofimo is better than Mayweather because they both went undisputed. Something that Floyd Mayweather didn't do anything. He didn't do none of that. So in Gabe's world, Devin Haney and Teofimo are better than Floyd Mayweather, who never did undisputed. That's a great world to live in. You're just a world where this is the world you live in, Gabe. Salute to you, though. At least you keep it.
I am a Canelo fanboy, not a Valdez fanboy, but I do like Valdez.
Sure.
Brown
Chinese
says,
or Japanese?
Japanese. You're a Canelo Valdez fan, or are you a fanboy as well? I'm not a fan of Valdez, to be honest.
DJ. What you got planned for today, Rep?
Probably a little work or a little work right now. Probably from maybe what time is it right now? About 11, about 11:30. Yeah, 11:30 to maybe 4, bro. I'm gonna be like a little bit busy.
Buenas noches, Gonzalo. Thanks for coming through, bro.
BDA Boxing, how are you doing this afternoon on your side, brother?
Oh shit, I didn't even know he was here. What's up, BDA?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. Hopefully, you guys are good as well. I listened to the show here, and you guys are on point as always. And allow me to reiterate something I said on What Rip It's channel, because again, it was very eye-opening. Just being on that show and being on these platforms, I learned so much. And I, like I said, the paradigms that are within my head end up breaking up. And one thing that I noticed, and LT also mentioned this, was that a lot of these American fighters, they get it easy coming up. You know, they're looked at flashy in the amateurs, and they love that in the amateur system. So when they become professionals, everything comes easy for them. They set everything up for them in a platter, and that's why they never learn how to really dig deep. And that's why they clinch. They need to clinch. They need referees that allow them to clinch. So when they look at these Mexican fighters or Panamanian fighters or Puerto Ricans who actually fight aggressively but with skills, and they look at all the fans that they have, they go, how can I get that? How can I want that? But they can't do it because, again, they never learn how to actually dig down and fight more aggressively. So I think, and I made this prediction on What Rep Is channel, and I'm going to make it here again, within the next, I would say 2 to 3 years, we're going to be seeing one of these American fighters go transracial and say that they're Mexican. My mother's Mexican, or my grandfather was Mexican, so my 1/4 for Mexican. They're going to try to appeal to that. We already saw with Shakur Stevenson a week before the fight against claiming his Puerto Rican heritage, and it's going to be the same thing here. And because they're desperate, as soon as they see that the Mayweather blueprint doesn't work and that just flashy and slick, you can't make millions of dollars, they're going to start questioning themselves, and they're going to try to appeal to race, because that's really a lot of what they do. They just try. That's the first thing that comes to their mind: race. So what do we do? Well, let's try to claim a nationality. Let's try to claim we're Mexican. That's what's going to happen, man.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, some are half doing it when they came out with the, with the mariachi hat and all that. So they're getting there. They're just showing.
Yeah, they're already doing it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Showing you little signs.
There you go, man.
What do you think?
They
Yeah,
have to start fighting, though. You know what I'm saying? They have to start fighting because the Mexican fan
That'd be
won't
great.
appreciate the hugging fest. You know.
yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's gonna be in increments, like what Ripet said. They've started off with 30, 40 years ago, Roger Mayweather wearing the sombrero and all that. Mayweather wearing the Mexican flag colors when he fought De La Hoya. Tank Davis doing the same thing. So it's going to be done by increments. Now they're starting to claim Latino heritage. Like Demetrius Andrade's another guy. I think he's only got about 2 or 3 years left in his career. If he doesn't get the big fights, watch him start claiming his Panamanian side more. And he doesn't want to be called Andrade, by the way. But within the next 3 years, I think that's going to change. And he's going to start calling himself Andrade. He might even change his first name, like Damon. You know, like what's the Spanish name with the Dominico or something? I don't know.
Demetrio.
Yeah, he's gonna start changing it, man. Trust
Dionisio.
Me, man. Dionisio. Yeah, well, I don't know, but he's gonna do something.
That was my uncle's name.
Oh, well, there you go. Isn't that a god? It was a Greek god, right?
Hold on, my mic got fucked up. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it's Dionysius in English. Anyway, the point is, see, already people are saying that when Shakur said he was half Puerto Rican, some people were throwing him under the bus on Twitter. It's like, how can you do that, man? We supported you. How can you throw us under the bus? Well, it's about the money. Don't expect loyalty from a guy that punches being home, nice restaurant, something. His mother and like, don't expect loyalty from that type of guy.
Yeah, you can't, man. You can't for real, BDA. It's just, to me, it's just interesting that you brought that up. A lot of there's going to be a lot of what you call gray area in the race in the future, especially if people like, I obviously foresee Devin getting clipped, Shakur getting clipped when he fights any opposition. So they're going to say, how are we going to get these guys any promotion in the future by avoiding these guys, by avoiding Mexican opposition? Well, we'll just make them Mexican. You know what I mean? It's like what you said. We'll just make them Mexican, so the fan base will be there, and they don't have to, they don't have to basically get into the mix or avoid that, right? We don't need to bring them in or bring in all these fan bases.
Transracial. Right, that's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. It's funny. Transracial. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
it's
go
gonna
ahead.
Happen, man.
No, I was gonna say, we get passionate about boxing.
I'm just saying it's.
We get passionate about boxing and we bring up different viewpoints, and that's the whole point. A lot of viewpoints aren't being said on boxing YouTube, from what I noticed, and people just run with shit. They say a bunch of shit. They lie about like boxing, and what I mean by lie about boxing, I'm gonna keep on hitting this over the head. When they say someone's a great boxer, no, they're not a great boxer, and they don't have all the skills. That's what I say. Shakur, you don't have all the skills. You don't have all the ability. You utilize your limited skills to win. That's the truth. Because if he had the ability to knock someone out, he'd be doing it. So whenever anybody goes in on a Jaime Munguia, shut your mouth, because this man finished the fight. He has the ability to stop a fight. Your fighter doesn't have the ability to do that. That's why he can't do it, because he's limited.
That's right. And that's why they need referees to help them out. That's why they need the judges to help them out. That's why they need the commentators to say, wow, beautiful display of boxing. Every time he lands one power shot per round. I mean, come on. It's all designed to create an illusion. Referencing the Wizard of Oz again, power perceived, power achieved. That's the way they do it. It's all trickery, smokes and mirrors. And the uninitiated fall for that. But the rest of us here, we know what we're watching, and we're not gonna stand for it.
True. We're not gonna take it. It's like we're not gonna take it. Who sings that, Puro? It's like a rock song, bro.
Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister, yeah, that's one of those, man. I'm not gonna take this shit anymore. That's all I gotta say. And if and Puro, I'm probably gonna cut off right now because I got some shit to do, bro. But you know what? Anytime you do a stream, tell me, brother. BA, you do a stream today or something like that, brother?
No, not today, but tomorrow, for open lines.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably jump on. Tell me, I will drop it in the Discord. Tell me, brother, and I'll jump on there and see what it is.
Hey, man, we'd love to have you, man. We'd love to have you. Open lines is for people like you, no filter, man, unfiltered.
Is it calling on the phone, or how is it?
Discord.
Oh, so it's the Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
man. All right, man.
Yeah, Simon rep. Okay, I'm gonna kill the stream then. Thanks,
Yeah.
BDA, for coming in.
Hey,
My
no
boy will
problem.
rep it. Thanks for coming in.
Hey,
Everybody
Pudo,
in the
you
chat.
too, man. You
Yes,
drop
sir.
by too, man, when you have the chance.
No, for sure, for sure. No, I go in there every now and then. I just never clicked on the link before. But yeah,
All right,
I'll
fantastic.
join in one of these days.
Fantastic, man.
For sure, for sure. All right, cool. Thanks, fellas. Peace out to the chat, man.
Peace out.
Yeah,
And
guys,
subscribe to
later.
PuroSurCentralBXO, guys. Hit the fucking like and subscribe to this channel. If you guys are just
Yeah.
coming to
Hit the like,
working,
subscribe, or unsubscribe. It really doesn't
No,
matter.
no,
to
no.
me.
Subscribe, subscribe and subscribe.
But thanks for
Subscribe and
coming,
subscribe
fellas.
some more. Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man.
Oh no, not a problem. Thank you. It was a pleasure. Peace out, fellas. Later.